Now it's official. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Agricultural and Rural Affairs Committee meeting. I'm going to call this meeting to order, and I'd like to remind everyone that we are being recorded, and there will be virtual participation as well. If by some chance we have a technical difficulty, we will go on hold until that's corrected, and I would ask everyone to please mute your cell phones and any other electronic devices that you may have. Before we begin, I would ask everyone that's able to stand and please say our Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag. Thank you. Paula, are you ready to call the roll? Here. Vote by designation. Vote by designation. Vote by designation. Please. Vote by designation. Vote by designation.
Here.
Thank you very much. We certainly have more than a quorum. First order of business today gives me a great deal of pleasure to bring up House Bill 1869, seconded by Representative Friel. We have the bill sponsor here today. Representative Venkat, would you like to share some thoughts?
Thank you, Chair Pashinsky, Chair Mao, members of the committee, staff, and guests who are here today for the opportunity to speak about House Bill 1869, requiring restaurants to notify staff and customers on food allergies. Food allergies represent a rising epidemic in our country. 33 million Americans have food allergies, representing 1 in 10 adults and 1 in 13 children. Over half of adults and nearly half of children with food allergies have experienced a severe or anaphylactic allergic reaction. This represents a 377% increase in the period between 2007 and 2016 alone. As a practicing emergency physician, I've treated hundreds of patients with this condition, and it's among the scariest that you can imagine. These patients cannot breathe, they have plummeting blood pressure, and need immediate treatment. But it's the personal stories of our constituents that really show the impact of how important it is that we address this public health issue. My constituent, Kathy Bryden of Franklin Park, and her family are here today. She came to my office a few months back to tell me the story of her son, Matthew, who at age 28 died of an anaphylactic reaction to peanuts contained in food that he had ordered at a restaurant. Matthew lived his entire life with a peanut allergy, carrying an EpiPen and telling restaurants about his condition to avoid exposure. Despite that, and unintentionally, cross-contamination of food served to him led to his severe allergic reaction and his tragic death. Today, this committee and our General Assembly have the opportunity to advance common sense food allergy awareness legislation that would require restaurants to post notices about food allergies both in their employee area and on menus or in a written manner asking customers to notify their servers about food allergies so that what happened to Matthew and so many others can be prevented. We know from studying medical errors, and really any errors in any industry, that it's a series of accidental and aligned actions that result in tragedies like what happened to Matthews. Think about what the holes in a Swiss cheese. When the holes are aligned, something falls through. And that's the implication of what we're dealing with today. With this legislation, we can reinforce the necessary communication that can directly reduce the risk of severe and anaphylactic food allergies, saving the lives of Pennsylvanians who have this significant medical condition. My understanding is that there are amendments from Representative Friel and Chair Mao today that will improve this legislation, and I am supportive of both of these amendments and hope that they will pass prior to final approval of the bill by the committee. I want to thank Senator Judy Schwank, who has led this effort in our state Senate, bipartisan colleagues who co-sponsored this legislation, and stakeholders, including the Pennsylvania Restaurant and Lodging Association, for coming together to bring us here to this important vote today. Most importantly, I want to thank my constituent Kathy Bryden and her family for their courage and advocacy on this important issue. Thank you again to the committee, and I urge a yes vote on House Bill 1869.
Thank you very much, Representative, and to, of course, the family. Our deepest sympathy for that loss. And this is very encouraging that we're going to be able to address this serious issue. Thank you. And now we do have two amendments on this. Yes. Just special note, Representative Kincaid has joined the meeting. First, I'd like to move, we have two amendments. Representative Friel, Amendment A03432, seconded by Chairman Mao. Representative Friel, would you care to speak on your amendment?
Yeah, this amendment is a technical amendment. While it is got in place, it really holds the entire bill as designed together and simply changes from Department of Health to the Department of Agriculture, which is just a technical correction on the bill. And it's minor adjustments. Okay. So I ask for affirmative votes on it.
Thank you very much, Representative. Let's take this up now. Are there any discussions on this amendment? Are there any negative votes on this amendment? All right. Since there's a negative vote, we will take a roll call. Paula, would you kindly do the roll call? Yes. Yes. Yes by designation. Yes by designation. You, Ms. Kincaid. She's voting by designation, yes. Yes by designation. Yes by designation.
Yes.
The amendment passes. Amendment A03432 is adopted. Our next amendment is A03485, offered by Chairman Mao. Mr. Chairman, would you like to speak on your amendment?
Absolutely, thank you. Due to the complexity, I normally don't read, I just tell. But in this case, I'm going to read this. There are a few places in the existing food safety chapter of the Agricultural Code that permit our Department of Agriculture to adopt by reference the current version of the Federal Food Code or any successor document. The Federal Food Code is updated every 4 to 5 years. There are some court decisions that determine This is an unconstitutional delegation of authority by the General Assembly, but there are no criteria to guide and restrain the delegated authority. While the language in our food safety chapter has not been challenged, there was a successful challenge to similar language in our prior fireworks law. We made corrections to that law in 2022. So my amendment, A03485, provides the necessary language in the food safety chapter to correct the constitutional problem in the food safety chapter. I worked with the Legislative Reference Bureau to craft the amendment, and I ask for an affirmative vote. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Chairman Mao. Chairman Mao moves to consider Amendment A03485. I second. Are there any questions or discussion? Seeing none, are there any negative votes? Seeing none, Amendment A03485 is adopted. Now we have before us House Bill 1869 as adopted, as amended before us. I move to consider House Bill 1869 as amended, seconded by Representative Friel. Any questions or discussion on the bill as amended? Seeing no additional questions or discussion, are there any negative votes? Okay. You have a question, Representative?
Yes, I do. Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. And we can
Okay,
see
thank
you
you,
also.
Chairman. Oh, great. That's not a good thing. Okay. Just a quick question for the maker of this bill. The new food allergy awareness program, that's where I'm having concern. Of course, no one wants to see a child or a young person or an adult harmed by a food allergy. What other broad authority will this new allergy awareness program have? Other than to mandate, the poster, the government mandate that you're placing on all restaurants through this. What other authority does that have? This is my concern, the new program.
So Representative Borowitz, thank you for the question. Because of the way the bill has just been amended, it actually does not mandate a new food allergy awareness program. It actually just requires that the existing guidelines under the food code are posted in a manner that is easy for the restaurants and serving entity as approved by the Department of Agriculture. So we are not trying to create any type of new program, and I thank the amenders of the legislation for bringing that into alignment.
I also believe it makes the servers more aware of those conditions.
Correct. And so, the major issue is, as I talked about in my opening statement, is that no one does this intentionally, that you need the opportunities for communication as explicit as possible in order to try and prevent that because of that chain of events that can happen in alignment that causes problems. So posting in a way that asks customers to let their servers know about food allergies is a way to kind of reinforce that necessary communication.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Any other? Representative, you have another question?
No, I'm good. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you. Question? Representative?
Now, the poster will be provided, right, to all restaurants? The information will be disseminated so that they can print, post, et cetera?
So we do not specify like that a poster is created and disseminated. The idea here is that the Department of Agriculture would be able to approve based on what the individual entities, the individual restaurants feel is the best way to do this. That may be an explicit poster, it may be a menu notification, maybe a QR code, for example. Because of local circumstances, there might be language interpretation issues that need to be brought into it. I know we've spoken about that in the past. And so we want to try and make this as flexible as possible while the intent is still brought forward.
I'm just going to make a note that there are posters that are already available online, and it's just acceptable by the department and not created by the department. That was one of the other changes.
Any other questions or discussion? Representative Zimmerman?
Yeah, so then this is a may and not necessarily a shall. 'Cause
No,
we-
it's a shall,
It is
and
a
that
shall.
there has to be some type of written notification. Where the optionality is in the how, not in the whether. And
Okay.
so that's the key issue.
Thank you.
Any others? Seeing no additional questions or discussion, are there any negative votes?
Right now, Mr. Chairman, I have one.
Okay, in that case, we'll take roll call. Paula, please call it out. Yes. Vote by designation, yes. Yes by designation. Yes by designation. Yes. Let's go back to Howard. I'm sorry. She is online, okay? Yes by designation. Kincaid is here. Yeah, Emily is here. Kincaid, please. Paula, yes.
Khan? Khan?
Derisha Parker,
Parker? Rab?
yes by designation.
Sappy? Steele?
Yes by designation.
Takak? Mao?
Yes.
Borowitz?
No, online.
Cook?
Yes by designation.
Gleim?
Yes by designation.
Gregory?
Yes, online.
Jones?
Yes.
Krupa?
Yes, on. Okay.
Lawrence? Mostello?
Yes, online.
Owlett? Zimmerman?
Yes.
House Bill 1869 is reported from the House Agriculture Committee and Rural Affairs Committee as amended. Congratulations. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you so much for all your good work. We're now moving to the next item, Senate Bill 979, sponsored by Senator Culver. I move to consider Senator Culver's Bill 979 and Representative Lawrence seconds. Destiny, would you please explain the bill?
This legislation requires the posting of information on dangerous transmissible diseases at locations where domestic animals and feed are offered for sale to the public.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, are there any negative votes?
I have one.
Since there's a negative vote, Paula, would you please take the roll?
Paszynski?
Yes.
Burgos?
Yes by designation.
Cepeda Fratiz? Creel? Green?
Yes by designation.
Hambidge?
Yes by designation.
Howard?
I have nothing on that.
Okay. She's online and we
She
can't
is
get her?
online?
Yeah.
All right. Want to make sure we make sure that all those votes are correct.
Yes.
Obviously, we can't hear.
Okay.
So she's yes by designation.
Okay. Khan? Oh, here. Kincaid? Parker? Rab?
Yes by designation.
Sappy? Steele?
Yes by designation.
Takak? Mao?
Yes.
Borowitz?
No, online.
Cook?
Yes by designation.
Gleim?
Yes by designation.
Gregory?
Yes.
Jones? Krupa?
Yes.
Lawrence? Mostello?
Yes by designation.
Owlett? Zimmerman?
Thank you very much, Paula. Proud to say that Senate Bill 979 is reported from our House Agriculture and Rural Affairs Committee. Next order of business, House Resolution 316, sponsored by Representative Conklin. I move to consider House Resolution 316. Representative Sappy seconds. Destiny, would you please explain the resolution?
The resolution designating State Grange Day in Pennsylvania celebrating the 151st year history.
Are there any questions or discussion on House Resolution 316? Are there any? Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. As one of the representatives of Center County, the one, not the one who made this resolution, I just wanted to say that Grange does a terrific job every year, and especially for members of this committee, we're used to going up to visit Ag Progress Days in Center County. I would invite everyone this year to come to the Grange Fair, which is August 16th through the 24th. It's still the largest tent encampment fair, and folks come and they stay for the full week, and there's a great livestock auction that benefits the future farmers of America and others. So I would encourage you to come and join us for the Grange Fair. There's a lot of good food, a lot of great education, and just a wonderful time.
Representative, you did a great job on that commercial. I think we're going to
Come
hire
to
you.
Center County anytime. We'd love to see you.
And Representative Conklin, I'm sure, is going to make sure he takes good care of you. Great
Well,
job.
We're a team.
All right.
I'll throw in Representative Benninghoff into that mix
Oh,
as
good,
well.
yeah.
Yes,
All right,
we are
all of you
all
guys
we are all
should
very frequent visitors.
Yeah, Carrie's been with us for many years, for sure. All right. Any other questions or discussion? Seeing none, we'll now take our vote. Paula? Oh, we're all good now? See, that clarification in that commercial made sure that everybody's good. Thank you very much. As a result, we're happy to say we pass House Resolution 316, reported out of the House Agriculture and Rural Affairs Committee. Is there any other questions, information that we need to know about?
I would like to
Yes,
just chime in. Going back to Representative Venkat's bill, thank you for doing this. I personally have lost 2 friends to anaphylactic shock. One was bee sting, but the other one was food allergy. And that gentleman was way out in the wilderness and sent his son on a hike to go get his EpiPen out of the truck. By the time his son got back, it was too late. So thank you for doing that. And thank you guys for making that trip.
Yes. All right. Anything else? Go to the order? In that case, I say thank you to everyone. Thank you to the family for making it out here today, and to all those of you that had your bills passed today. Thank you very much. We are now adjourned.